As Joseph Campbell said, we're so engaged in doing things to achieve purposes of outer value that we forget the inner value. The rapture that is associated with being alive is what it's all about. That, my friends, is the name of the game. You've got to figure out what it is that actually makes you feel alive. And if you understand that the game that you're playing is actually a game of brain chemistry and that nothing else matters, there's no objective truth, there's no one path to glory, there's no one life for you to live. There's only the subjective truth, the thing inside you, that gut instinct, that voice that whispers to you. You've got to learn to trust that. You've got to learn to trust it by building it up. You've got to learn to trust it by taking actions and gut checking yourself and asking, is that me? Is that who I want to be? Or is that somebody else, cultural voice, my parents, my lover, whatever, trying to speak through me? And as Harley Davidson said, when writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. So right now, ask yourself, who's writing your story? Is it you? Are you really listening to the voice in your head? Are you looking at and living by the things that give you the chills? Or are you trying to live a life that somebody else wants for you? And remember, when you think about that question, what William James said. Act as if what you do matters, because it does. Even if for nobody else, every step you take, every thought that you allow to permeate your mind, everything that you obsess about, your dreams, the things that you want, the hopes that you spend your time with, they matter to you because they tell you who you are. They tell you who you're trying to become. And ultimately, those things that you let monopolize your mind will become you. So if somebody else is holding the pen, if somebody else is forcing you to write something that doesn't make you feel alive, that is a life lost. And that is how you die, my friends, before you ever had a chance to live.
Unfortunately, one of the most common reasons why some people will never find the courage to pursue their dreams is because they succeed in convincing themselves that they have too much to lose in trying. Now that could be a job, or it might be a car or a house or a lifestyle, it could be a relationship, or it might just be comfort and security in general. You know, we all have such a limited, finite amount of time on Earth. Life is so incredibly short, and with every passing day, yours gets shorter. So this idea of feeling like you have something to lose is really just a self-imprisoning delusion that will prevent you from ever doing anything extraordinary that involves risk at all. An idea that might just condemn you to a life of mediocrity, and an idea that will send you to your grave with all of your good ideas and all of your potential unfulfilled. That terrifies me. And if I'm talking to you right now and this is you, I think it's important to ask yourself what it is that ultimately matters more. Ask yourself, would I rather stick with the life I've settled for right now and its relative comforts, even though it's making me unhappy? Or am I deserving of, desiring, and destined for more? Now, this decision should become a bit of a no-brainer when you heed the words of the late, great Steve Jobs, who said, remembering that I'm going to die someday is the best way to avoid the trap of thinking that I have something to lose. None of this stuff is coming with you. You are already naked. There is nothing to lose in following your heart, only to gain. Now, the only thing you do have to lose is time spent living a life that isn't true to you.
When you're alone with your thoughts, you get an idea of what your thoughts actually are. If you live your life just acting constantly on the momentum of other people's expectations, of you wanting to be liked by these other people, you can run into a trap, and you set up a life that you didn't really want. You're fucked. You're trapped in this situation where you have a mortgage, you've got credit card bills, you've got student loans you have to pay, you have a bunch of shit going on that you have to continue to feed. And all that, and especially if you have a family and you have to feed them, oh my goodness. Then you're fully locked in, you can't take any chances whatsoever. And oftentimes people make the mistake of getting stuck. And it is just a tactical mistake, just like it would be a mistake if you got stuck on a video game. Just like it would be a mistake if you followed a map incorrectly and you get stuck in the woods. Your life is certainly some sort of a journey. It's certainly some sort of a journey. And we have to all be aware that when we're making journeys, we're not going to always make the right steps. And sometimes you have to back up and try again. And if you're in a position where you can't back up and try again, you've trapped yourself. And the system will set out honeypots for people to get trapped in. The system will set out the ideas of retirement, the ideas of the golden years, providing you benefits, providing you a healthy work environment. Why? Well, because they want people to work for them. They don't want people to realize their own dreams and escape. And that's a fucking pain in the ass. So you got to hire more people and train them, and they want to set it up so that you stick around. Stick around in some sort of an unsatisfying world. It's up to you to see that video game problem. To see that issue as it comes up on the map. No, I think this is a right turn. To see all the problems that could potentially lay in front of you and calculate your future. And then also look around all the people that didn't do it and look at the misery that they're in and learn that you don't want to be like them. And then look at the people that have kind of taken chances and navigated their way. What did they do differently? What objectivity do they have that maybe you lack? What insight into their own mistakes are they willing to delve into that you're not? That you step back and go, you know, I just don't want to look at myself that closely. But the person who's able to look at themselves the closest is going to get the more rational results.
Well put, you know, because you're your own architect.
I never knew how to turn things around. You show me your crowd, I'll show you your future. It's simple, right? There's 3 types of people you need in your life. You need the inspired, the excited, and the grateful. Every one of them you will need for the rest of your life. But your biggest distraction is, tell me what your foundation is. Where do you go when you need peace? You don't know what to do? You know what to do. But the people you're around ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you from a man to a man. Let go. Let go. Let go of these people who you know aren't for you.
You know better, but you're not doing better.
Make a choice. Like, you just decide.
What is it about you, about what it is that you provide, that will make you stand out from the competition? Think about yourself. Think about your goals. Think about your dreams.
Being in a great house does not make you great. It's one thing to have great parents, but that doesn't make you great. It's one thing to work for a great company, corporation that's great, but that doesn't mean you're great because you're in that great house or that great corporation or that great church or that great family that you're a member of. You're either adding to the greatness of that family or you're diminishing it. And they said it's possible to be in a great house, but you not be great. You not be gold. You not even be silver. You not be brass. You just be dirt or clay. A lot of people think that wealth makes you great, but it's a lot of wealthy people who are not great people. On the other hand, poverty is equated to greatness in a lot of people, that if they have nothing, they must be great. Your greatness is not based upon your income. There are some people who are good at doing, but they're not good at being. Greatness will cost you something, not somebody else. It'll cost you something. It's going to cost you some time. It's going to cost you some energy. It's going to cost you some resources. It's going to cost you some hours of your life, laying down, paying the price, going the extra mile, doing what other people are not willing to do. Greatness is not cheap. Greatness always costs more. That's why there's not many people who achieve greatness. They're not willing to pay the price. Greatness is not immediate. In other words, greatness takes time to develop. You can't just run in your room and come out great. Greatness is not immediate. You got to stay with it. You got to stay at it. You got to keep working on it. We give up too quickly. Greatness is not common. Greatness does not have to have the approval of everyone. And if you are the kind of person that will have to have the approval of everyone and understanding of everyone, you'll never achieve greatness. Greatness is uncommon. You cannot have the approval of everyone and be great. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you'll do great in life. You're always going to live your life at the lowest common denominator of your friends if you don't watch it. You can't believe one way and live another way and be great. Greatness is living what you believe and living up to your potential. Usually you will not discover greatness in a person until they go through hardship. It's the hardship, the crisis, that brings greatness out of people. There's something inside, an internal reservoir that won't lie down and stay down and whine and call their most 3 defeated friends and have a pity party. But there's something about a person that when the waters get troubled and all hell's breaking loose, greatness will step up to the crisis. Sometimes that will set you back 10, 15 years, or you can listen to that advice and it can catapult you to a place of greatness. But you must be teachable to be great. You never come to a place that you cease from learning. Great people never stop learning. People who are very skilled at what they do, they still want to learn. How do I get better? How do I get better? One of the qualities of greatness is it's always wanting to get better, wanting to learn more, wanting to know. People who are not good are not open to instruction. To be great, you have to be able to receive correction. You have to be able to be told you're not doing this right. And you have to be able to be told that with a good attitude. Keep a good attitude.
The truth is very concise. The words are very few. But people don't want to hear the truth because the truth hurts. But you grow from pain. You really do. You can't know how to deal with success. You can't know how to deal with failures. You can't know how to deal with the bumps in the road that if you haven't had a taste of everything. We all have next level ability. There's not other people that aren't holding you back. Your boss isn't holding you back. Your parents aren't holding you back. Those are excuses. To me, there's no such thing as luck, okay? All luck is preparation meeting opportunity. Plain and simple. You have to be ready, prepared for that situation. If you're an employee of this company and the boss puts you into a pressure situation, that's a privilege. He believes in you. You better deliver. Because if you don't, that situation goes to somebody else and you may never get that opportunity again. Everything matters. If you take any situation and just take the word only and take the word just out of it,